trace our family roots and stuff. And she was gorgeous. She was one of those grandmas. She had the what the fuck is it? The Posturepedic bed or whatever. The ones that go.
Oh.
And the one.
Aren't they called Tempur-Pedics?
Centromatic. Chronomat. They were the ones you see in the infomercials of old people with arthritis in their legs, right? So we would, so my sister and I would like hang out in Waco, Texas, go to her house, and she would wake up at like 10 a.m. You know, most old people are up with the sun, and she was up like, oh, whatever, 10 a.m. And we would go in her bedroom and hang out and play with her bed and surf through cable, which was big and exciting. And then she would take like an hour and a half to put on her face and had this whole mound of makeup. She was just very glamorous, and she had just all this couture and beautiful and just vibrant red hair, just gorgeous red hair. So then jump, way ahead of time, and she ended up dying of cancer, and it was really tragic, and I did not cope with it well.
It sucks.
I didn't cope with her death well at all. And to the point that I was still kind of having these like residual feelings, these like emotional, like traumatic, like breakdowns when I got to Colorado 2 years later after I was in New Jersey. After I woke up in New Jersey.
This place is a shithole. I'm going to go to Colorado.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain High.
It was like I said, what's the opposite of Texas? New Jersey. What's the opposite of New Jersey?
Colorado. Hey.
So I came out here, and it was my first year in Boulder. And I moved in with 3 stranger girls, and I lived like right next to camp.
Is this gonna end with like there was a massive orgy with these 3 strange girls?
I wish.
So do I.
Fucking never happened.
Damn.
Not my fault. Anyways, I did alienate some people, but fuck it. I gave it a shot. I had some courage. But no, so I had this. So when I got to this high altitude, and I blame it all on fucking altitude. I had like itchy skin, altitude, upset stomach, altitude, hallucinations, altitude, right?
It wasn't those mushrooms I ate in Boulder. It's the altitude.
I just need to drink more water. Right? So I had this one dream one night, and I'd had lucid dreams in the past, but this was like a vivid, like intense lucid dream where I'm in this cafe in Europe, and I am sitting down at this table having coffee with my grandmother. And it was one of those dreams where you're thinking it's reality, and you're like, oh, that's weird. I had this dream you died. That's fucked up. But you're here. We're in Europe, and we're having a conversation. It's beautiful. And we talked about whatever, and every once in a while she would say, what happened to your red hair? I loved your red hair, and you changed it. What happened to it? And I would go, oh, whatever. I just didn't feel like red hair. Yeah. I've never had red hair in my life. Never. And I have always had, I was like a towhead blonde when I was a baby, but that was about as close as I got. And so we would talk about whatever, and she kept mentioning it. Why did you change your red hair? And I was like, it's so funky.
No. Does this dream end in an orgy?
No.
Okay.
With my grandma? That's fine.
I was going to say,
but
talk about
it
lucid
does.
dream.
It does end with Tom York's head floating next to my grandma's head, and he's singing something, and I'm like, Tom York, that's weird. And then I realize, oh fuck, this is a dream. Oh fuck, you're dead. And I start crying.
Oh, Jesus.
And I wake up like just wailing, just like screaming, and I'm just like, oh, she's dead, and I was like freaking out. And then I couldn't get back to sleep, and I was like, what is it doing? I don't know. I should go dye my hair. So I fucking went at like 3 in the morning, got up, and I had a Safeway right behind my apartment.
I was going to say, good old Walgreens.
Good old Safeway, open 24 hours a day. And I went, and I'm walking up and down the aisles, and it's, all the stalkers are stalking all the cans and shit, and all the like xenophobic, weird cat ladies are like walking up and down the aisles with like, this lady had literally, the one lady I ran into in the whole store, she had a whole shopping cart going down the hair product, shampoo, hair dye aisle. And it's a fucking wall of hair dye. And I've never dyed my hair before. And I'm like, what? I don't know, what does this mean with fructose and weird avocado oil in it? Does that mean it's good? I don't know. And this lady comes down and she has like, you know, asparagus and cat food and nothing else in her fucking cart. And she picks out red hair dye out of the whole fucking wall. I'm not in the red section or the blonde or the brunette. I'm just like, you know, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
And she comes in, she's like, this is a nice shade for you. Fuck out. And I did, and I was like, you're so right. And I'm like, just still kind of half dreaming and stuff. And so I take it and I dye my hair that night. And it became an addiction. And I just have been dyeing my hair pretty much ever since.
Oh, I thought you meant you were gonna dye your hair red, and like go out on the town every Friday and then dye it back before anybody knows.
I know, right? Well, I kept doing that.
I thought that
actually,
kind of an addiction.
But actually, red hair dye is like the hardest color to keep in your hair. It fades the fastest out of any of the colors. Yeah.
I would think that like black does.
No, it's actually red. Red, and then I think.
Well, I could see that because the sun's constantly hitting it, and it's such a weird tint of color that it could be drained of its color. See, I went to school. Fuck you.
Expert on cosmetology. So
I've dyed a lot of hair. I'm not going to say when or how, but I have, and no, I'm not gay.
I've cut a lot of hair.
I've never cut any. Well, I've had my. All right, as a kid.
Actually.
No, I've never cut any hair, but as a kid, my cousin Michelle, she's the beauty school dropout. That's what we call her, because she dropped out of fucking beauty school. Yeah. She's beauty, you know, the Grease reference for all you fucking assholes who don't know that.
Who was that guy that was singing?
That was,
fucking...
not Tony Orlando. There's like a big fucking name like that.
Pop
It wasn't Bobby Darin. It was
like,
not Bobby Darin.
Not...
It wasn't, was it Bobby Vinton? It was not Wayne Newton. It might have been Bobby Vinton.
They mentioned it. They mentioned it in the film.
Oh my god!
We're awful.
It's blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Beauty school dropout. I own the soundtrack, for God's sake.
You're awful.
On vinyl, no less. Oh,
I have
am I so awful now?
On video disc. Remember the Olivia Newton-John one?
Yeah.
I brought in.
I used to play that on my show.
Out of it.
It's the gayest video I've ever seen in my life. Right next to Wild Boys by Duran Duran. Wild Boys! Wild Boys! We're wearing nothing but leather and gonna fuck each other! Wild Boys! You're like, oh, Jesus. Which one?
Rammstein.
Oh, that's Man gegen Man from Rammstein?
Yeah. Oh. Was that also on the top 10 list of like worst metal videos? No.
It was. It was.
Was
Well,
it?
I don't know if it was worst videos, but I know it was the top 11 like weirdest video or something like that. Some weird shit
No,
like that.
it had to be like so bad it's good metal
Yeah,
videos
yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that, you know?
Which, speaking of bad but good videos, I just watched the new Nikki Sixx solo project video.
Nikki Sixx?
Nikki Sixx.
Holy shit,
What's
what
funny,
is he up to?
He wrote a book.
Oh, wait. Is he on a reality show right now?
No, you're thinking of Bret Michaels.
Okay.
No, Nikki Sixx was the guitarist of
Yeah. Okay. I knew one. I was trying to remember which fucking metal guy has dreadlocks now.
Yeah, he's
So gross.
he's coming.
I don't watch TV a lot.
He's actually coming to town, so if you want to go see him, go see Unskinny Bop live. Unskinny Bop Bop. But no, so like basically what happened was Nikki Sixx, you know, everybody knows about his tragic fucking 1987 overdose from heroin where he was legally dead and then came back to life and cleaned up and changed his life, blah, blah, blah. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, didn't that happen to Motley Crue like 5 times or something?
And he wrote a book about it called The Heroin Diaries. It's basically like, what it was is, I guess he moved from his house, some weird shit like that. I could be wrong, which I most likely am. But he found all these old journals of his when he was fucked up on heroin that he wrote, and he was like, "Oh my god, like what the fuck was wrong with me?" Well, not even that. He's just like, "What the fuck? I can't believe like I was so far gone. I'd write this shit."
Yeah.
So he grabbed all those journals, retyped them, and he put it into a book, and it's kind of like a big diary.
Yeah.
Well, he started a band called 6 a.m. and it's him and 2 other guys. It's DJ Ashbaugh, which I have no fucking clue who that is. And a guy named James Michaels, get it? 6 a.m. Ashbaugh and Michaels. Gay like a dick in the butt. But you know, some shit I don't need.
In my butt? You want to do it in my butt?
What?
In my butt?
In the butt. I said what? In the butt. You want to do it in my butt?
In my butt? You want to do it in my butt? In my butt?
For those guys who've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not
You're going to have to, like, clip it in later.
Yeah, the fucking Samuel video.
Yeah.
All I want is your big fat seed. Hey. And like, oh, Jesus, you're flaming gay. And French to boot.
Oh, my God.
French bastard.
Do you know what I realized? Like, not another gay video, but it was like,